Beats.
Hey y'all, back for episode 2, baby.
What up, though?
How you been, D? How your week been?
Yo, man, first of all, my week has actually been pretty good. I mean, I do have a story about an annoying thing that happened, but we're not gonna talk about that right now. Nah, because first of all, when I tell it, I'm gonna tell it. Don't worry.
Okay.
But people are ridiculous, and they think that because you don't want to question it all the time that you're just stupid. But we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. I mean, my week was cool though.
Okay,
we'll talk about
overall
it.
Good.
Overall good. Overall
That's
good.
Good to hear.
How about you, bro?
I'm pretty good. First and foremost, welcome to the Educated Brothers podcast.
Yes, sir. Here.
Shout out to No Talent Beats, No Talent _Beats on Instagram for the intro. I hope y'all like it. Sounds hot. Sounds dope. It put me in my right elements. Get ready.
You should have seen them over here. Y'all ain't know Sean back in the day used to be in the booth. Missing a tooth.
I was about to kick something real quick.
I see you over there bobbing your head, bro.
I was ready. I got this microphone in front of me too. I was about to start getting it.
Word, I see you, sir.
But we ain't gonna go there, man.
Nah, not yet.
Not yet. Nah.
They don't even see that yet.
One day I'm gonna be feeling it. I'm gonna just let it out.
One of these days, right?
Yeah, man. 13 years, man. I ain't done that in a while, bro.
Dang, son.
Yeah, man.
You didn't get that platinum album yet?
Yeah. We gotta go wood first.
Word.
You going plastic first, but anyway.
You already.
But yeah, my week was really good, man. It was very productive. Got a lot of things that I needed to get done. I'm blessed, man. Highly favored.
Any day above the ground is a blessed day, man.
Talk about it.
Be grateful. You know what I'm saying? But more back to the shout outs though. I do want to shout out my boy Surge because last time I butchered his IG handle.
Yeah, what do you mean?
So don't hate me, bro. But his IG, if y'all looking for some dope artwork, real talk, is at SK Architect.
Architect.
TheArtkeyTech.
Bow.
Check him out. My brother, nice.
Yes,
also,
sir.
want to give a huge shout out to my cousin. She graduated college today. Big shout out. She graduated from the University of Pittsburgh. Yo, she is.
I'm about to steal your thunder. Ready?
Nah. You know that's my drop, son. You know that's my drop. It don't matter, son. Shout out.
Drop another bomb on the flex.
You already know. Shout out my cousin Gina. Yo, holla at her because real talk, she's gonna change the world one day at a time. So I'm real proud of her for that. Also want to shout out my boy Kurt.
Kurt?
You know Kurt. You know.
Oh, Kurt's going to jail. 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 Kurt's going to jail.
Yo, my boy, shout out to the dummy. What's his name? Chauvin. I'm going to butcher his name on purpose.
Man,
First of all,
fuck him.
Anybody that don't know, Good Burger is that movie. That's the exact clip we got it from because when you mess with Good Burger,
you go with a grinder.
So I don't even give a damn.
Kurt's going to jail.
Shit, I sing that all damn day.
That man is out of here.
Out of here.
That man's. Oh, if y'all don't realize what we talking about, we talking about that. We talking about that idiot in Minneapolis. He's going to jail for the rest of his life, so we like to see that.
Don't talk to stupid.
I don't know about anywhere else, but Black Lives Matter over here.
All day.
Yeah, man.
Like I said, I'm gonna butcher his name on purpose. I don't know. It's Chauvin, something. But all I know is he behind bars and Kurt going to jail. So. Anyway, the story that I do want to tell you.
All right, we about to get into it.
It's not even a crazy story. So
Okay.
I went to the gas station, right? Nothing crazy. I went to go get gas.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, Cap. I went to go get change for a 20.
Okay.
I just simply wanted 4 or 5s. I just needed change.
Okay.
I pull up to the gas station. I go, excuse me, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Can I please have change for a 20?
Mm-hmm.
He looked me in the windows of my soul.
Yeah.
The orifices in my eye sockets.
You're what in your eye sockets?
The orifices
Okay.
of my eye sockets.
All right.
And he said to me, sir, we're closed. I watched him give someone else gas, and I said, wait, you're closed? He said, yes. I said, is the store open? He said, no.
Yo.
So I walked back to my car, and then I said, nah, because usually I just let people get away with the nonsense and don't say nothing. But this time, I walked over to him. I said, but you're closed, but you're giving somebody gas. And he just didn't look my way. So then I proceeded to just, ask some words for him. Those of y'all that don't know me, I'm normally a very nice person. But as I'm saying these things to him and stuff, he just was continuing to ignore me. So long story short, it was just an annoying time because this person really said, we're closed. And I asked you for change, and I watched you pump somebody else's gas. Like, I watched him take the pump out and put it in someone else's tank as he tells me that they're closed.
Was the other person of the vanilla flavor?
No, they were actually a brother.
Wow.
But they were in a car, and I guess because I wasn't in a car, it looked like I was going to rob him or something. Again, I don't want to just speculate, but I wasn't in his mind.
Were you on a bike?
No, I was in my car, walking towards him.
Oh.
Maybe I was walking too aggressively.
Yeah.
Us brothers, we do walk kind of aggressive.
Did you have a hoodie on?
I didn't. It was actually warm that day, but my beard is pretty long. I probably got a gun in my beard or something.
Shout out to comb your beard.
Comb your beard. You already.
That's why he didn't give you that change. You ain't comb that.
Yeah, comb your beard.
But,
that was just annoying. That's just a quick story I needed to tell. Get that off my chest.
I'm happy you got out there.
Stupid, yo.
But I'm happy you got that out there. It's healthy for you to just vent sometimes.
Oh, it's always healthy to vent, yo.
Yeah. Mental health is going to be one of these episodes.
Oh, is this Mental Health Month?
Yeah. Is it? Yes, it is.
I believe it is.
I believe
it is.
So,
shout out to Mental Health Month.
We definitely going to get into the swing of that. Mm-hmm. But speaking of which, episode 2, we coming on you on a special night.
Pause.
Why we pausing?
Because you said comment on a special.
Hey, yo. Hey, yo. Oh, my God. I thought if you said no homo before everything, it canceled it out.
But you didn't say it.
All right, well, fuck it. Anyway, you immature ass. Anyway, we coming to y'all on the special night. We want to get into the habit of dropping these episodes on Saturday afternoons. Mm-hmm. But like anything in life, shit happens.
Yep, life happens.
We both have busy schedules. My boy D and trying to build his brand so he can get this Oscar.
Oh, bro, hold on before we proceed. I gotta give one more shout out.
Let's
to
hear
my
it.
boy AFT, my boy Tragic, my boy Mello. I was out there over there in Brooklyn over the weekend.
Brooklyn
Music video for them.
Ain't nothing nice.
A couple Youngs brothers. Well, 2 of them from out there in Brooklyn. My boy Mello and Tragic. They out there from Brooklyn.
Okay.
My boy AFT. He from out there in San Fran, Cali boy. They nice with it. I was out there doing a music video for them, so I just wanted to shout them out real quick. Didn't want to forget them. Shout out.
That's what's up. Plug. Shout out to y'all.
Yeah, they dope. They dope. Check them out. Tragic is spelled TR4GIC on IG.
Mm-hmm.
Mellow MELLOW, and AFT is just like how I said those letters.
Aft.
And I'm probably butchering those, so while Sean is talking, I'm going to look up their handles for real so I can plug them in the right way. Because I'm done being a butcher. That's not my profession, bro. First of all, I got it right here. So for Aft, my boy, Afterthought is what we call him. ITS_AFT.
Aft.
My boy, Tragic is spelled on IG TR4GIC__. It's got a little bit of that elongated underscore pause again. And my boy Mello,
you are a child.
MELLO. It's alive like Jello. It's like MELLOWDOEE on IG. Follow those boys. They tough. Get with their music.
Tough.
They tough. Absolutely.
TUFF.
Yeah.
Tough.
That's how Ford should do their commercials. Built for tough. TUFF.
You talking about meats and shit. Now you talking about tough. Yo, let's not get into that. Anyway.
Chill.
Anyway, yeah, so we want to get in the habits of dropping these episodes every Saturday afternoon. Like I was saying, like everything in life, things happen. Both of us got a little bit tied up over the weekend, but we're here. We're making it happen. We're doing what it do. And coming to y'all with episode 2, we wanted to focus on relationships. It's a topic a lot of people like to speak on.
I mean, yeah, but I want to let y'all know we are not relationship gurus.
Not at all.
Everything we talk about is simply based on the things we've seen or the things we talk about.
Or things we've been through.
So we are not sitting up here saying that these are actual factual. However,
if you want to take this advice,
we would definitely encourage you to do so on certain topics. However, we understand everybody's got their own opinion.
Mm-hmm.
That that disclaimer was for the people that I know are gonna have something to say.
It's like
once we say something. But you guys aren't even professionals. I'm aware.
Say it again.
You guys aren't even professionals.
Man, shut up. Fuck you. Nah.
No, absolutely.
But listen, it's a topic we speak on, especially with our generation, just in our society in general. It seems as if no one really knows what they're doing out here. And if they claim to know what they're doing, they're just a lot of hidden skeletons and shit they're just doing behind closed doors. So, I feel like, I'm just being real with y'all, I feel like D's more equipped to start this topic off. So,
why would you say that?
I don't know, because, like, just being real with y'all, we're going to be real transparent. When I go through a lot of the things I'm going through, my good brother D is one of the first people I hit up just to, you know, talk about shit. See if my mind is going nuts. Like, yo, man, am I doing this? Am I doing that?
Yeah.
And D ain't the type of brother to hold anything back from me. So if it's stupid, he can be like, yo, you're a fucking idiot.
Right, yeah.
But if it's something that he feel like, yo, you doing the right thing, he want to tell me straight up. He's like, yo, that's good. That's growth right there.
Like, I'm never going to be somebody to, like, badger. Those who know me, y'all know that's not how I am. We're going to have our conversation. I'm also not a forceful individual. I'm going to tell you my opinion. You do with that information what you want. I'm not going to tell you every single time the same thing. If you don't get it, hey, listen, we all have to learn lessons the hard way, and I'm not sitting there excluding myself neither. So,
absolutely.
Talk about this topic of relationships. I mean, I guess the best way I can get into it, I advocate for relationships because relationships are popping. However, myself, I'm on a different path right now, and that's a personal choice. That's only a personal choice because I got to get some stuff together on my end, the things that I need to do. But on the topic of it, I personally feel that there's a huge stigma for individuals when they get into relationships, especially like good men, if you will. I'll speak on good men.
That's
good. Speak for myself,
we gonna get into that.
You know, you're a good dude and you get into relationships, and something might not go the way that you want it to, or something might, you know, go the opposite direction of how you want it to, and you feel as though like, yo, I wasted, but I should have did this for them. I remember, you know, like I feeling those kind of moments and things like that. But one thing I learned is you can't stop being the good dude if you want to be in a relationship. Like, what I mean by that is, like, if you want to be in a relationship and you know you want to be in a relationship, get in one.
Don't settle for less.
You know what I'm saying? But definitely don't settle. But I'm not sitting there saying, like, you have to get into a relationship. I'm simply saying, if that's what you want to do, go ahead and do so. But don't be somebody who's lying to get what you want. Don't try to use somebody to get something out of it. Don't try to, you know, just, if you want to just have a good time with somebody, just keep it G and be like, yo, this is where my mind is at. You know, there's no reason to really lie about that, you know. But we also deal with, I feel, personally, a very toxic culture.
Oh, my God.
You know, like,
talk about, yo, literally, I'm happy you said that because I tweeted. It's been about like 3 weeks ago, and the tweet, I'm not going to act like it got like major feedback, but it got some feedback, and a lot of people hit me up in the DMs like, yo, I think that's nonsense. You can't really come at it like that. Basically, what I tweeted was, and with our generation, we try to normalize bad shit. People out here good people out here getting fucked over, and we're trying to normalize the bad people are trying to normalize it as far as like just constantly making jokes on it, making skits online about it. They're basically trying to normalize that the cheating, the lying, and all that shit is something that it's okay to do. I will never agree with that. I'm never going to allow that shit to like be something that I can rock with. It don't sit right in my spirit. Knowing that those things are fucked up. Like, if you're a shitty person, be a shitty person, but don't try to throw everybody in the fire with you. And I think, in a sense, a lot of people in our generation, like, that's what they do. They think that if they do that, it takes away from their emptiness. And then it's in a sense like, oh, well, I'm not the only one. So it's common saying, misery loves company. It's all that shit is.
Yeah. And
that's why it gets to a point when you see so much of that garbage online, I don't think it's funny. I can't laugh at it. Because me personally, in a good state of mind, I would never do that shit to somebody on purpose. I'm not perfect. I've had done some bad things in my life, but I've always led into those things with 100% honesty. anything in this on this earth and human nature, everything's not gonna go 100% the way you think it is. But I've always been honest with that. I've always owned that. A lot of motherfuckers be out here acting like that shit's okay. All those bad things that I've done, I've never sat up there and tried to justify it as if like, yo, man, yeah, it happened with something small. I just, everyone does it. I never did that. I accepted what I did, knowing it was bad, to make sure that I would never repeat those cycles again, because it's not good to do people like that.
Yeah, like I guess it's about learning. I mean, because I'm not perfect either. I'm definitely not gonna sit up here and say that I am. But I've learned that being a good dude is popping for the right person. Because there are some really dope women out here. Like, I'm not gonna sit up here and say that there isn't, because my sister's one of them, my mother's one of them. I mean, yo, I know,
they're all whole skip, scop, and scallops. I'm joking, ladies. I'm kidding.
There's definitely good women out there, and that's why I don't walk around here saying F bitches and all that. I mean, I don't do all that. But again, my whole thing is, I know sometimes good dudes do things that they know that they should, based on things that they believe. Like when I was younger, I thought if you got feelings for somebody, you be the good dude, you do the things that a man should. That's what I learned from my father. He took care of my mother, my sister, myself. And it wasn't one of those things where I ever felt like he was making it seem like he had to do it. Like, my dad just was always that guy that's always been there. So for me, I've always seen what it looks like, I've always seen what it looks like for a man to do things for his woman. And then people will say, yeah, so because you grew up in such a good household and things. First of all, I love my parents. Second of all, my dad didn't have the best of upbringings, but he didn't turn out to be a terrible person.
Facts.
I believe personally that it's not how you're brought up, it's how you start to develop your mindset and who you become.
Talk about
People out here who do things like, do just wild shit for no reason. It's like, why are you doing that? Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm doing it because of this, or I'm doing it because of that. Like, I seen this topic the other day. This woman was talking about, I don't know if you've seen the trend. I guess people have been advocating that marriage is just a piece of paper.
That's bullshit.
I mean, but if we being technical, according to the law, marriage is just a piece of paper.
I get it.
The technicality behind it, it really is. Okay. Now, what you're going to say is exactly what I believe, because I believe in marriage. Mm-hmm. I believe in love, and I believe in all of those things. Absolutely. Okay. But if we're being real, the reason why so many people are looking at like what they can get from another person, or can this person take care of me kind of thing, or whatever they thinking of, is because marriage isn't about marriage anymore. It's become about business. People are getting into relationships because of what it can do for them financially, what it can do for them somewhere down the line. Thanks. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't grow up with that. Mm-hmm. R&B is my favorite music for a reason. Like, they talk about love. Like, I don't care what nobody says.
You sure it's not because you motherfuckers are just perverted and wanted to be nasty?
No, see, you thinking of Pretty Ricky R&B. I'm talking to 90s R&B.
I'm thinking of Silk. There's a meeting in my bedroom. And I'm bald. That was my dude.
But they was talking about doing homework. They was talking about doing homework.
He was doing some type of homework. You feel me? But yeah, get to it. Go ahead.
What I was just saying is, it's about this idea that marriage hasn't really become two people falling in love anymore. It's been becoming people. What can this person? What is this allowed to do for me? Everyone needs to sign a prenup and do all these other things. But if you're marrying for love, then you shouldn't need to do all those other things. I know somebody gonna say, yeah, you think about it naive. Nah, if you find your person, you ain't got to worry about doing all that other stuff.
But see, that's it right there. Everyone thinks everybody's lying. Like, in that crazy ass concept of thought, people tend to be like, you know what? I don't know what this other person doing, so I'm going to do me.
Let's keep it real. People do be out here lying.
Yeah, and listen,
people do be out here lying.
What I'm about to say, let me start off with this. Another disclaimer. I'm not saying this so people can go into shit blindly or being naive. But when you go into a situation already thinking like this person is capable of fucking me over, you lost already. You're already putting that bad juju. You're manifesting that the shit's going to end up bad. Like, just being real. I had a situationship, that's what we're going to call it. I had a situationship where, I want to say a month into it, she was already asking me what's going to happen between us once it's over. I'm like, why would you say that? You're expecting this to end? I thought we were getting to know each other. fast forward a year later, it ended really fucking badly. Now, I'm big on that. I'm big on energy, all of that. So I felt like she manifested that shit because she never allowed herself to fully dive into what it could have been because she was already expecting something to go wrong. And me personally, I don't want to sound like I'm doing that, but I'm going to say it because I've been called a good dude. I feel like I'm a good dude in my heart. But there are people in this fucking world who would tell you that I'm not. And that's okay because they have reasons to believe that. And I can't be upset with that. But at the same time, when I'm all for somebody, I have tunnel vision. It's just them. And only them can mess it up. So at the same time, it's like, yo, no one expects that out of people anymore. So when I deal with women, they usually go searching for something bad. Like, there's no way that somebody could genuinely be all for me. That's what, because our generation is so fucked up that women really believe that we don't exist. But what I also had to come to grips, and I learned this in the last couple of years, just being real, us being good men, we can't expect things just to happen because we're good men. No one's going to force themselves to be with somebody if they don't feel anything. And I had to learn that the hard way. I had another situation. You know about that. Like I said, we ain't going to drop no names or nothing like that.
No name drops.
This girl was great, man. Like, everything that I used to sit up there and bitch and cry for on social media, she was it. Beautiful, gorgeous, was all for me. There was nothing I had to ask for because she, in her knowing me, she had it ready. But that feeling just was never there. And you know what that feeling is. You're like, yo, like, I can see myself with this person. And I honestly feel like the universe put her in my life to shut me the fuck up. Because I always thought if someone came into my life and did those things the way that I wanted it, I would just be, all right, I'm ready. This is my person. And I could never go there with her. And it sucked because I tried my hardest to let her in, and I couldn't. I know myself to a T. Just like how I am. If I'm dealing with you, I know where everything's going to go after a month. I know how to play it, know where to take it. If it fails, it fails. But I know where to go with it. With her, I had none of that. I didn't know what to do with it. So I tried my hardest to dive into her energy because her energy was so fucking great. Like, I literally don't have one negative thing to say about this girl. And I couldn't, man. So I did the right thing, or which I thought was the right thing, on deading it. Of course, her feelings got hurt. And, when people are hurt, they say hurtful things. And I wasn't upset with her, but at the same time, it's like, when she came around and I realized how things were going, that was really the kicker. Like, yo, you got what you was wishing for, and now you see it. It ain't all what it's cracked up to be. So I tell people who feel like, oh man, good guys finish last, don't feel like that. But at the same time, it's just more so you can't sit up there and believe that since I'm this great person, since I'm this good ass guy, anybody I want is supposed to just fall for me. It's not how it works. There has to be something there between both of you. It has to be mutual. And if it's not going to work. And then that's another reason why shit in our generation fails so much. People are forcing everything.
Yeah, yo, you got to stop forcing things because personally, again, I believe in being a good dude, but you can't be... I do believe in being extra. Like, there's times where not you per se, but there's times where men do too much. And you don't got to do too much for... We've had this conversation.
Unless it's from the heart.
No, I hear what you're saying, and I it's going to sound very...
He's about to go in. Hold up.
Too much comes off as, like, you know what a pick-me is, right?
Hey, yo.
You know what a pick-me is,
nigga,
right?
did you just call me an 1850 simp?
First of all, I'm saying...
That nigga called me a 1700 simp.
No, a pick-me is what sometimes dudes be calling women when the women's like, pick me, I'm doing all this for you.
Okay.
It comes off when men do too much as that.
Okay.
Pandering. Like, who that brother that got caught and was lying this whole time? Derek Jackson?
Yeah.
He over here talking all
that
this
nigga's
stuff about,
but hold. I'm happy you brought him up.
This,
I'm happy you brought him up. As a dude who...
And this whole time he been lying.
As a dude who's genuinely...
Pandering.
Around a lot of good motherfuckers, We knew that nigga was lying from jump.
Yeah, we did. But my whole
that
point
nigga was clearly lying.
It comes off as corny if you do it too much. I believe in doing it for the right one. I believe in wanting to see them and do everything for them if it's that one. Mm-hmm. But I don't believe that every woman I meet is that one. That's how I personally feel. This is not about to be a go-in session on nobody. I'm simply saying that I don't believe that you have to do all that extra shit for every single woman that you meet, because let's say you do all those things and their time wasn't even worth it. Not saying it not even from a sexual standpoint. Y'all are not cracking no jokes. Y'all not even having a good time. I remember one time, like I'm even talking from experience now. I went on one time, past summer, I went on a date with a chick, and we went to some spot in downtown Hoboken or whatever. And we go to one of them fancy ass restaurants. I ain't never been to one of those joints before. We getting food. She get an appetizer. She ain't like the appetizer. Got another appetizer. Ain't like that appetizer. Got another appetizer. Then we get the entrees and had a couple drinks. Now, I'm not worried about the money. That's not what this is about.
I thought that's where you was going.
That's not even what this is about. It's the fact of the matter is, at the end of that, I realized I didn't even have a good time. Damn. I spent mad money to not even have a good time. So my whole thing is, I'm cool with, if you want to pull up, we could go like to a park. Mm-hmm. We could do other things if I want to get a chance to know you. Okay. If I don't feel the need to have to spend $150, $200 just to go, like, just to get some of your time, because I'm not saying that your time is not valuable, but what makes your time more valuable than mine? I'm not saying you got to spend $200 to come see me. We could go to a movie and get to know each other over some froyo. Like, it ain't even that deep.
Remember your point. I want to ask you one question. I want you to go right back to it.
Nah, you could ask the question right now.
What's the least amount of money a guy should bring to spend on the first date?
I mean, let's be real. I'm saying the very least $100.
Least, okay.
Very least $100.
Okay.
I won't sit up here and be like, nah, take on a $20 date. Nah. If you going out, I mean, be prepared to spend the money. That's what I'm saying. I'm not complaining about the money. I willingly, you didn't put a gun to my head and said, take me out. We went out together.
Facts.
My point is, we spent that time together. And then after all of that, there was like one day I didn't speak to her because I was doing something business related. Mm-hmm. And then nothing. Because I didn't speak to you for one day. We spent all that time, and one day I ain't talked to you, and now all of a sudden I'm deaded. That's cool. Like, I'm really not tripping. It's really not that deep. It's never that deep. But that's crazy.
Sounds like a bird in the room. I can't do
it. You really can't. I don't know what that was.
That was it. It sounded like... She's a bird.
Nah, son.
It's like the end of that Kanye video. Do you know your girlfriend's a bird? Some bird shit.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, my whole thing, because I ain't going to hold you. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I've met some dope women. Mm-hmm. But I haven't also taken them on $200 dates to get some of their time. They wanted to know more about me. I wanted to know more about them. My whole thing is, why do I need to pay for your time? I know women will say, but men be wasting my time. I get that. But I'm not here to waste your time. I'm going to be completely honest with you up front what I'm looking for, or what I'm expecting or not expecting, or whatever the case is.
Facts.
But if you want me to turn around and have to pay to get your time, bruh, you better bring some tigers with you too, because like it's not about the money. My time is just as valuable as my dollars are. Mm-hmm. So if I'm spending time with you and money, at least can we have a good time? Yeah. Don't be complaining about, the food's still not... I know, I'm with you. The food's not here together. We don't need to talk about that. It's not here. I get it. But there's certain things, like those first dates...
Yo, the hit and miss, bro.
The world out here is crazy. Yo, the dating... And you know me, brother. I was like Michael Jordan rookie season. And then imagine if Michael Jordan got hurt for like... We'll call it 50 years. Sean, anybody who knows me knows why I said 50 years are going to be laughing right along with me. But 50 years, and then you come back into the game and you realize,
that nigga came back into the game as Oliver Candy.
Yo,
nigga, you the whole
back
bus.
Into the game and I was like,
you Andrew Wiggins ass nigga.
It's crazy out here.
Yo, but you threw me off, man. I forgot my point. This is it. Alright, I'm back on track now. Oh my god, that was hilarious. I'm fucking crying. Anyway, I'm happy you got into that, because my whole thing is, I've actually had a discussion with some, I was at a house party a couple months ago, and we actually got into this, the male the men and women there, they were asking everybody what's the least amount or the most you should bring for a first date. And my number has always been anywhere between 100 or 150. And the dudes that I was with were like, yo, that's a lot. I'm like, are you kidding me? As a grown-ass man, just being real, if you can't afford to spend $100 on the first date, you should not be dating. If you stay your ass home, if you and let's get it right. If you know you don't have that $100, you better set that shit up so you don't have to spend. Babe, you want to go on a picnic? You want to go to the museum?
Be smart about it, yo. Be creative with it.
Yo, like, let's go on a bike ride. You better do some shit that's not gonna cost you that money.
Once again, I'm gonna bring it right back to you. It's not about the money. It's about the expectation.
Facts.
That I have to do this. It's the have to part. Because I'm not asking you to do anything. Like, if we going out on the first date, how about we get to know each other? Yo, when I tell you, if you get to know me, I'm not one of these dogs out here. I'm not built like that. I don't know how to live that dog.
But the truth is, and that's the perfect segue to what I'm about to say, because you're not a dog. But the truth is, just like that meme I posted the other day, the dating pool has pee in it.
Wait.
This shit's pissy. Then, yo, real talk, I tell everybody I know that in really good relationships, stay in them. Do everything in your power. Do everything you need to do to make sure that shit is right.
Stay happy.
Listen.
Just stay happy, yo.
I tell motherfuckers all the time. As soon as you start feeling comfortable, do something nice. Don't ever feel comfortable. You should approach the person you're with just like you approached them when you was trying to get them.
That works both ways.
Both ways. Hey, but listen. Also realize I didn't say gender. I said people. So it goes both ways. What you about to say, bro?
Sean doesn't know that the dramatic pause was just for
no reason. Motherfucker. He put a fork in the road. But anyway, so the dating fucking world right now, the scene itself,
try harder for each other.
Fucking
Those of y'all
trash, man. Yo, like, if you got that person, you with that person, y'all happy, bro, stick with it.
Yo, son, I'm not name dropping. Yo, I've seen women who were either in a relationship, married, engaged.
Woo!
Yo,
listen.
They just be out here saying, like, so when you talk about why people think everybody lying, yo, and this is what I mean. Don't nobody look at a marriage as
peep game
or relate, because I ain't gonna hold you. Relationships, marriages, to me, those are all the same. Like,
peep game.
You got to be real with the person that you with, because if you want to be with multiple people, then why are you in a relationship?
Or just be real with that and see if that person like that.
Or see if that polygamy is the way.
Yo, you never know what a motherfucker might be like. Okay, speak your mind.
Be honest. That's
straight up. You never fucking know. Listen,
there's never a reason to lie.
I'm happy you said that bullshit right there.
Why you give me the Denzel point?
Listen,
the training.
I tell you.
He gave me the Denzel point.
Listen. All right, so this is 4 months. This is 4 months pre-pandemic. I'm finally getting into the groove of things out of that really bad situationship, that nonsense that happened.
Yo, I hate that word. The word situationship is true.
But yo, I've grown. I'm gonna call it what it was.
Yeah,
that's sadly what it was.
You call it. I'm just telling you from my personal experience that word is very triggering.
Whatever.
Go ahead.
Come out of that. I'm finally getting over the situation that happened coming from that, and I start seeing this girl.
You used to like man, yo.
Wow. Pause. Anyway, so I started seeing this girl, and I thought she was dope, man. She was great. I used to always see her around, and I would never say anything. That's how, like, I was nervous. So I'm like, all right, let me not say nothing. I finally one day was like, man, I gotta be nervous for her. It's either a yes or no. Started flirting with her, asked out. She says yes. But we didn't go out on no date. We just hung out. I remember we just met up somewhere and just walked around. And I thought that was dope. She didn't ask me for anything. She wasn't expecting anything. So we continued to talk. Obviously, things turned physical. Mm-hmm. After, like, the third time, I noticed that, like, she would have this fucking print on her finger. But I only caught it because I grabbed the hand and I felt the indentation in the finger. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, the fuck? Like, that's weird. Like, and then I just started putting all the pieces together. Why this bitch was married the entire time,
what
bro?
The hell is going on?
Then, yo. Like, when I tell y'all, I'm glad you went all the way into that shit.
My bad, y'all.
Nah, but yo, when I tell y'all, I don't go after women in relationships knowingly. I don't do it because it doesn't sit right with me, because I wouldn't want that shit to happen to me. I believe in karma. I believe the universe, what goes around comes around.
Yo, getting cheated on is the worst.
God. Yeah. It's not what we're talking about right now, man. Anyway.
Sorry.
Come on, bro. I thought we moved past that, bro.
What?
I'm sorry.
What?
Anyway, yeah, man. And then she tried to hit me with you don't know what's going on in the household. He treats me like shit. So I'm like, fire. You fight fire with fire. And that's just supposed to make everything work. I'm like, that's not cool. So then, they got separated. She tried to come back around. This rotten bitch was already messing with somebody else. So,
was it dirty bitch?
Dirty bitch.
Yes, stinking bitch.
But yo, listen. Listen, I'm sorry. We shouldn't be throwing that word around loosely. But my thing is, if the shoe fits, you're going to wear that shit.
Step by size 5, girl.
She got red bottoms on.
Oh, yeah. That's that Cinderella shoe.
Yeah, so that's just what it was, and that was like, for that to be the
song for this.
But for that to be like the first real thing that happened to me outside of all that nonsense that happened the year prior to that, it was like, yo, what the fuck? Like, and that shit made me just take a look at myself, like, yo, I have to really look into what I'm looking into these women that they keep coming into my life on this nonsense. Because as much as you want to sit up here and be like, oh, women ain't this, women ain't that. Nah. What's the comment saying? You could point that one finger. Am I saying it right?
I don't know.
But the other finger's pointing back at you or some shit like that?
I don't got that old man saying down pat.
What you mean, Mr. You ain't say nothing to a can of slicker than a can of oil.
First of all,
you hit us with that hot shit last week.
I said the squeaky wheel gets the grease. That's what I said. I don't know what the hell you heard me say. But back to your thing.
You said the squeaky wheel gets the grease?
Yes.
What kind of grease?
What are you getting ready to say?
Go ahead.
What are you getting ready to say?
Go
ahead. Say it for the people then.
Is it grease lightning?
See, that's why I hate you. That's why I hate you. Grease lightning. I hate you, sir. Nah, but it's I'm glad that you said that, though. It's about, because you also have to realize, as a person, not just as a man or as a woman, as a person, you're not perfect and you make mistakes. Sometimes you pick the wrong people. And if you picking the wrong person, you got to understand, why is it that you're picking that person? No one's putting a gun to your head and telling you to go after that person.
Nobody.
So why is it that you chase after people that may not appreciate you? When people ask me why am I, not jumping back into a relationship, is because, well, I got things that I got to figure out for myself. If I know what I want, and I know how to love myself the right way, my woman is going to be extremely happy. And so are my kids, because I'm going to be a happy man. And I also low-key don't like that phrase, happy wife, happy life, not because I don't believe in a happy woman, but it takes happy people to make each other happy.
Happy people!
So if I hate you.
Yeah. Keep the world
happy, but I'm not, then I can't. Anyone who knows me knows that I love cracking jokes. I love being silly. So that's what I want to do for my woman. And I can't do that if I'm not happy. If you good and I'm not, then the ship is not as even out as we need it to be. I believe for relationships, people need to look out for one another. Like, you should be looking for your Shaq to your Kobe, your Pippen to your Jordan. You shouldn't be necessarily looking for what this person is going to do for you. Or, I mean, granted, we could talk about some doing. That's the free conversation for after hours.
That nigga voice got deep.
Y'all hear me now.
It's the quiet storm.
The quiet
storm.
That's a different conversation. But basically where I'm going with this is, if you're picking the wrong person, I personally feel if you keep picking the wrong people, or if the wrong people keep coming into your life, friends, girl, boyfriends, whatever the case is, you got to look at what it is that you're doing. Why are you attracting those people to your life? Because I personally know some pretty messed up people. I know some pretty good people. The pretty good people, they definitely still right here with me.
Mm-hmm.
Those people, pretty bad people, well, they've exited, and that's perfectly fine. We can get into a whole topic about ghosting, another term that I hate. I hate the word. I hate the term ghosting. That has nothing to do with today, so we can talk about that on another day.
Yeah,
because ghosting is
that's childish.
It's childish.
People need to grow the fuck up.
I remember one time I said I wasn't going to talk about it. Now I'm about to talk about it.
No, you go ahead. Speak on it.
Nah, the thing about ghosting that I hate is, I guess this ties into being in relationships with people. People need time for themselves. Like, you need to do what you got to do for you sometimes. So, I don't like the term ghosting because to me, it's very immature and childish. Like, you're telling me that you're upset with me because I chose not to speak to you while I'm getting my stuff together. If you know who I am and you know how my life is going, and I've talked to you about these things, and you know I'm taking time to myself.
Facts.
Why should I have to be in your face?
But see, that comes with learning people.
And I don't want to be in your face for that exact reason, because I know you have things that you're doing as well.
If people took the time to know each other, then they will understand that this is that person's demeanor. This is how they carry themselves. Don't take it personally to a sense where it's like, oh, well, they're ignoring me on purpose, so I'm just like, fuck them. No, some people, that's how they communicate, and they let you know beforehand, or they just show you that's who they are. In life, with anybody and anything, you can either accept somebody for who and what they are, or move the fuck on from them and not deal with that person if it bothers you to that extent. And I think that's the biggest mistake that people make. We get into each other's lives and try to change people for what we want them to be, and not accepting them for who they are.
You love the idea of a person, but not who they actually are.
Exactly. And then you start falling in love with the potential of what they can be, and then you're sitting there like, oh, well.
Making excuses for them. That's never a good thing. If you're going against your own morals.
Listen, we're not talking just to talk. I can say this. We're on the opposite end of this, doing exactly what we're telling y'all not to do. Chilling. And that's just the realness of it. And just speaking for me now, personally, sometimes I get lost and get out of my way a little bit, just simply because when you're a certain way for most of your life, old habits do die hard. So, but you have to fight that shit if you know it brings nothing but toxicness to your life. Exactly. And I'm at a point in my life where I don't need any of that.
And bad people,
straight up,
why they coming? Why they keep coming? Why you keep letting them?
Yeah, and I'm just not going to let the world win in any way. So I'm continue to be the solid, good motherfucker I am. Stay solid on all 10 toes. And just keep rocking the way that I see fit. As long as I'm not hurting nobody and nobody getting involved in no nonsense with me, I don't feel the need to be like, oh, well, I just need to start acting like everybody else. No. Truth be told, if someone comes in your life and they're giving you that type of energy and you know it's wrong, you got to find it in you to walk the fuck away from it.
And that's okay, too. That's quite all right.
There's nothing wrong with that.
And I tell people all the time, like, I'm not one to cut. I hate the cut off thing too. Like, that couples with ghosting. Mm-hmm. I never tell people to leave. However, I never tell people to leave. But if I point to where the door is, if you ask me where the door is and I point to it, and you decide to walk out and I didn't push you, don't expect me to chase out after you in the hallway and say, "Hey, where you going?" I didn't tell you to leave. I just showed you where the door was. Facts. You chose to leave. That's not on me.
Might trip you down the steps.
You feel me?
You smell me?
Well, we about to end this one here, y'all.
Yes, sir.
You know?
I feel like we got a lot to speak about. Like I said, we'll be back with y'all on Saturday. We are getting 2 episodes this week. Remember, as always, we're on Apple Podcasts. We're on Spotify. We're going to be on some more real soon. YouTube's coming up. Big things happening. Possible sponsors. Ooh, wee. It's coming. We coming. Educated Brothers Podcast. Hey, No Talent Beats. Play that outro, baby.